What's going on, guys? Aaron here from Curls in the Rack, and today we're actually going to finally get to that DIY anchor for the Titan Fitness pulley system. Alright guys, so this one right here is, we'll call it version 2.0 because I did make another one with my buddy like I said it was going to, and the thing was just humongous. I'll showcase it in the picture right there, there. And that thing, it just took up so much space. It was heavy to move each time. I'd have to put it out in the over on the other side of the garage when I wasn't using it, and it wasn't okay for me because I like to have it maximize the space in here. So went ahead and chopped it down and then came up with this idea. All right, so this pulley system here is the Titan Fitness, the version 2, the tall version, and I had it for a while, and I wanted to get some sort of anchor so that way I could put my legs under here and be able to do, some more weight than I'd normally do that might pull me off of the bench. So after making the first version, which took up too much space in the gym, went ahead and just kind of modified that one and cut off the legs. And what I did was, if you come in here close, is I got these, had these extra pegs from one of the Titan Fitness racks that goes on the wall, and they have little pins that go on the end. And all I did was I took the bottom, which was normally bolted, and then it has the nuts on the back here. I just bored out the holes in this guy, and then I bored out the holes over here to give enough clearance for these pegs. Now, if you don't have any of these pegs, you could always just go get some bolts, some longer bolts, or you could even use the existing holes that were on here before you bored them out and just get some longer bolts, because you're going to need the bolts to go through the 4x4 and then in this and then this. So you could even use the existing nuts, just get the same diameter bolt and go through the front of this guy all the way to the back here. But the thing about that is that if you use bolts, you're not going to be able to take it off as quickly as you would want to in a workout. So say you were doing something up here and you needed to go all the way down here with it, do some curls or whatever, you needed to bring the thing down here, you'd have to get a wrench and take them off. So I didn't want to have to do that. I wanted something quick and easy. So what's quick and easy about this one is that it kicks into place. You put the pins on it, and then you're locked in. Pin on that side, pin on this side. You do your pull downs or whatever. You can unclip it. You can unclip it, and then what I do is I just take this whole thing off. I can move it to the side, throw this guy down here, and you don't even need that front foot plate. If this thing is anchored to a wall or a rack, it works fine. It doesn't move at all. So, and then you can also get closer, which is another feature. If that bar was here, I couldn't put my feet there. So that was another good thing. So anyways, let me go over what tools and what supplies you're going to need to make this thing. And I'll go through it, and then I'll tell you what I wish I would have done or would have rather done instead of what I did do, so you can take that into consideration as well. All right, the tools and supplies that you're going to need to do this are, you're going to need one 4x4, and it needs to be at least 48 inches long. You're going to need one 2x2. It's going to be at least 2 feet long. 3 angle iron pieces, which are these guys here, and down here and down there. And those are pretty cheap at Home Depot or your local hardware store. You're going to need some wood screws. You're going to need a 22.5 inch, a 1 inch PVC pipe that's 22.5 inches long. You're going to need 2 foam roller pads. All right, so these foam rollers right here, I already had with the Rogue GHD system. You can go to your local fishing store and get some of these buoys here. You might need to bore out the holes a bit more so you can fit the PVC pipe because they're made for rope, but you can definitely get that. Or even if you got to get creative and just want to put some foam around here and you want to tape it. I mean, I just happen to have these and they look nice, but I wouldn't go really buy any if I didn't have any, but I'm sure they're cheap. All right, so if you'll notice, this piece is kind of notched here. That was for the other one. I didn't want to have to go buy another 4x4 to use, and that's why there's a hole here, because that was used for the other one too. Yours doesn't really need to look like this. What I did was I cut off another piece of 4x4, and I used 1 1/4 inch hole saw and drilled through there. That will give you enough room for the PVC pipe to go through here, and then you can put these guys on, or whatever you happen to get on each side. You can lock these things on, which is what you don't really need to lock them on. I mean, they're not going to really sway from side to side, but these also came with the GHD unit, so if you have these, you might as well use them. And they just lock right on here with an Allen wrench. So I thought this would actually break, and I was thinking, well, if it breaks, I'll just go get something like a lead pipe or something like that and put that through there. But these actually, they flex a tiny bit, but they work super well. So I put the angle iron here to attach that piece to there. I put another piece of angle iron under there, attached to that piece to there. Put one here to attach to this side and to this side. I haven't had any problems with it. Put all the screws in there. So the next thing I did was I took a 2x2 and I cut it in half. So this is 2 feet here. So there's 1 foot here and 1 foot here. I cut it in half, and then I screwed that one to this guy, and then I screwed this one into that guy. So the reason that I put the 2x2s on here is because that you still have a lot of room between this, and so when you are underneath here and you're anchored, it pushes the thing and it will knock against that. So I just wanted to kind of have everything super tight. So what I would probably do if I was going to do this in the future is I would move these ones down here, and then I would cut it off about there, put another 4x4 right here, or I would just actually cut this one here and make it a tiny bit bigger. That way I could have another hole here to be able to adjust it up for somebody who has a longer leg span. So that's just one thing to consider if you're going to do this, and what I might do and what I wish I had done with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys inside of here what this looks like. It's not pretty, but I needed to get these guys to be able to fit in here. So what I did was I just routed out the inside of this, and they couldn't fit straight because they would hit each other, so I kind of had to go at an angle. It's not pretty. And then I just put this plate over the top to prevent them from coming back out this way, so they'd stay in there. Next, you got these pins, which you can use to secure to that, which I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so the next thing I did once I was done building the actual anchor piece of it was I took out the 2 bolts that attach this foot to the back of this peg here. And for me, since I was going to use those bolts I had to bore out these holes in here. I actually used an attachment. I used this guy right here, so that way I could notch it evenly. So let's see, what is this, about just under 7/8. So I bored those holes out, and then I bored these guys out here, so that way the pegs could go through. It's totally stable without this piece, so I was happy about that. Next, all I did was pop these guys through here and put the little pins in. and it's good to go. Stays on there secure. I don't have any problems with it. All right, the final thing I did with this thing is just painted it black, just because I wanted it to kind of match everything in here. Totally unnecessary, but do whatever you want. And then I also sanded part of it down. I didn't sand the new one down, but I sanded the old one down. So that's about it. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you how it works. So, like I said before, these two pieces right here, just keep it from this piece knocking against here, and you're gonna have any sway. You feel very secure under here. The PVC does not, it flexes, but it does not break. So. All right, I'm maxed out. I can't do it anymore. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully give you some sort of idea on how to make your own. You don't have to take everything that I did here, because obviously I made some mistakes and I probably will fix it in the future. But I just want to get the video out there to just show what can be done, and that it does not ruin the rack if you drill through it and even take that piece off. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're actually going to have a review coming up on the Rogue Fitness lever arms here. Tell you what we like about them, what we don't like about them, how much money you're going to have to pay for them, different exercises you can do. Leave some comments in the comment section. What do you want to see? What products should we review next? And buy some shirts, because Austin is tired of driving for Postmates. Please, he's broke. Come on. Peace, guys.